All right, man. Ben Johnson is taking his talent south to Chi-Town. And it is really a playoff hoax. Is it really a playoff hoax out for Lamar Jackson, who just can't make it to the big dance? Is it really his fault? I don't know. I mean, we'll talk about that. And both conference championships games are set. 4 teams left. Only 2 is punching their ticket to New Orleans. We are here, and it's after dark right here on the Sports Talk.
Can't accept the loss, I'm hard-headed. There's a little bit of madness to my method. Many falling off that fine line that I'm treading. I risk anything to be great, and I'm not letting nobody rob me of my victory. Number 1, that's what I'm meant to be. When by any means, only thing that makes sense to me, I can make nice or make history. I got that dog in me, yeah, turn me up. Big energy, got the crowd going nuts. I got that dog in me, yeah. I take on anyone, I don't need a one-on-one. I got that dog in me, yeah. I'm talking all bite, no bark. I could rip your squad apart. I got that dog in me, so what's up? Yeah, so what's up? I told her move over, enough of that mediocre. I've been the man since cruising around in the stroller. I got ice in my veins like a cut in Minnesota. Why not show you how I'm built? Come a little closer, ayy. Lot of heart, been smart, aura gotta glow. We can restart, give head start, still get the same result. I'm about mine, don't you get it confused. I'ma win again, yeah, that's all that I do. I got that dog in me, yeah.
All right, man, thank you so very much for being here with us on this Friday night. Wherever in the world you are right now, we are the Real Sports Podcast, and this is a show that is full of honest, passionate, unbiased, and most importantly, uncensored opinions on anything and everything happening in the NFL, man. This show is sponsored by our good friends over at SeatGeek and Bonfire.com. We got the t-shirts and hats and hoodies over at the Real Sports Podcast merchandise over at Bonfire.com. Click on the link in the description box below. Holler at our good friends at Bonfire. And if you use promo code R2GEAR, get 15% off anything in the store. Anything, man. Anything. It's cold outside, so you might want to grab some hoodies. It's cold. Very cold. If you're down south, you felt some of that snow. I tell you, down south fam, you felt some of that snow. I don't want no more parts of it. I am sick of the cold weather. Somebody should lock the cold weather up in a big, huge safe and leave it there forever. The hell with it. Hell with it. But anyway, click on that description. The link is up on the description box. It's in the description box up under this video. Oh, man, bear with me tonight, y'all. I got a sinus headache, man. It's throbbing right now, but nevertheless, I am here, but it's not about me. It's not about me, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting right next to me right here, right there, that guy right there. Right there, yep. He is the day one. As you can see, he's the only one here right now. He is the day one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the loyal champion of the world. He is part of the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the Las Vegas Raiders. All right, Pete, get it together. Get us together, Pete. Get us together. Let's go. But anyway, this man is part of the Black Hole, the Raider Nation. He is Oklahoma State alumni himself. This guy is a professional wrestling archive. You want to know professional wrestling? Just call Mark, the Real Sports Wrestling Trivia Champion himself. I can talk wrestling with Mark all day long, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Nevertheless, he is the very talented Mr. Young Mark.
Hey man, it's great to be here tonight. But the show hasn't even started, and I already got to play my I disagree with the host button. The snow and the cold weather are awesome. Long live winter. I hope and I pray that it's a foot of snow on the ground come March 30th when the Birmingham Stallions got to take that long drive up to DC to play my DC Defenders. Well, I hope it's ice cold, baby. Bring on the cold. Long live winter.
How you wishing the cold on me like that, bro? I think y'all might get the
Hey,
title
man.
there. If we play
Bro.
y'all a championship, bro, and it's cold, shoot. All right.
I mean, well, the
Bring it.
championship is Father's Day, so it shouldn't be cold,
It should be
barring
cold.
something drastic going on in the world.
Right. I got the legend. I see him. I see him. I see him. Yes, sir. I see him. He is the OG. He's a Hall of Famer. He's a legend. He's an icon. He represents still the mighty Minnesota Vikings, ladies and gentlemen. The mad scientist. The biotech scientist himself. He is the dog. Q Dog is in the building. What's up, Q?
What's going on? What's going on? What's up, Mark?
What's going on, OG? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, my brother. Yeah, good to be here on a Friday night, something different. You know, just a little. Yeah. It feels good to be on Friday night sometime. It feels pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. Hey, you said you probably, when you said feels good, boy, you got me a little tone up in me, boy. Yeah. Feels good.
It feels pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Feels good. Well, if I won't get hit with no comment.
Oh, man. A basement party real quick.
Facts. Oh, hey, it's Friday night. Might as well party.
Right.
Might as well party. Might as well, man. Well, I got the OG and I got day one right here. We're going to start the show out, man. Again, thank you guys for being here on this Friday night. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We won't be for you long because we know y'all got stuff to do on Friday nights. Let's go. Let's get this thing started. All right. The Bears. The Bears. The Bears hired Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. Holy hell. Next season. He will be the next head coach of the Chicago Bears. One of the NFL's most coveted offensive minds is heading to the Windy City. Chicago Bears are finalizing a deal that will make Ben Johnson the franchise next head coach. Johnson's Detroit innovative offensive coordinator for the past 3 seasons will succeed Matt Eberflus, who was fired midway through a 5-12 2024 campaign for the Chicago Bears. The Bears officially announced the deal on Tuesday. This is quote by Ryan Poles, the general manager. He said, a proven leader with winning pedigree and a mind toward innovation. We're excited to welcome Ben and his family to Chicago as our head coach. Throughout our search process, I was thoroughly impressed by Ben's character, intelligence, leadership, and ability to connect. A progressive mind, offensive mind, Ben's plan for all 3 phases of our team, which is centered on creating a winning and competitive environment, became evidently clear. Meeting with Ben and gaining an understanding of his process and vision, the more confident we became that Ben is the right leader for our team and that he and I will be great partners in building our team and shaping our franchise for long-term success. It is undeniable how passionate Ben is for serving in the role of head coach of the Chicago Bears, and we are primed and equipped and excited to welcome him and his family to Chicago and to commence our process of building a championship caliber team together. This is just the beginning. Mr. Day One. How much hype would there be for the Bears in 2025 with the signing of Ben Johnson?
I don't know. It depends on who you're asking. I feel like if you're a Bears fan, you're probably about an 8 right now because you feel like you got an innovative play caller to go with your dynamic quarterback. Looking at the pieces you have on offense and some of the pieces you have on defense, you're not that far away from being in the postseason. So if you're a Bears fan, you're probably excited. Me personally, I'm at a modest like 6 out of 10 on it. I like it, but I don't love it. I question, is this rookie head coach just, from personal experience, just coming off of having one with the Raiders. I
Right.
question, like, when it's crunch time, like when there are crucial moments in the game, are you going to know what to do and are you going to be able to make the right decisions? Because
Right.
one thing that majorly screwed them up last year with Eberflus was critical thinking and important moments in the game, like late clock management, making sure your team is set and ready to go on defense before a big play. Things like that come with having head coaching experience. Like I would have loved if they would have gotten a veteran coach like a Mike McCarthy or a Pete Carroll or somebody like
I agree.
that up in Chicago. So it can turn into something good, but right out of the gate, I'm not in love with it.
I feel you. I feel you, Mark. I feel you. But okay, here's another question for you. Why do you think he chose Chicago?
Probably because it was the best situation out of the open jobs. Dallas has a lot of questions. Like, yes, you have Dak, yes, you have CD, but you don't really have too much else as far as like an offensive line, and you're missing a whole lot on the defensive side. New York, that's a situation that's up in the air because you don't know what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. You don't know if the culture in that locker room is too toxic for a first-year head coach to turn around or
Right.
even want to
Right.
deal with. There really is no positive reason to come to Vegas right now with our current situation, at least
Right.
none that I can think of at the top of my head. And I'm a Raider fan, so it just made the most logical sense for him to go to Chicago. You got a young, talented quarterback. You got some pieces at the skill positions in Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and Roman Dunze. So Chicago was just probably the best that was available.
Weapon wise. Okay.
Weapon wise and
Q.
situation wise too.
Situation wise as well. Right. Because it's more long term with Chicago.
Yeah.
Kind of get where you're going with that. All right, Q. You know this team in the back of your hand. You see these guys twice every year. You've been seeing them for many, many years. Ben Johnson now is you face Ben Johnson as well. So Ben Johnson, former offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, is now head coach for the Chicago Bears. But my question to you, OG, is why Ben Johnson? Why Ben Johnson? Do you think Ben Johnson will turn a team like Chicago, which is known for their defense? Do you think that he can turn this offense around in Chicago?
I think he probably could, but it's going to take some time. With a scale that I'm on to this, when you ask Mark what scale he said he was 6. I said I'm a 5.
Yeah.
The reason being is saying that you got to look where Ben Johnson came from and what he's coming to.
Yeah.
The number one thing is that he's not going to have that offensive line like he had at Detroit.
Right.
And so not having this offensive line is preventing him from doing some of the things that he normally could do. Skill players compared to Detroit. You got the boy coming from the one that came from San Diego. He done got up to some age now, and but he's pretty decent, but he's not as dominant like he used to be. But if you look at the history of Chicago, and I still ride this because history always tells itself that this team in 105 years they never had a 4,000-yard pass. And so they always been never had a quality, what we want to call a franchise quarterback. They just always had quarterbacks coming here and coming there, but they always had a back and defense. Back and defense. Back and defense. That's just been them. They've just been black and blue, beat you up, run the ball down the road.
That's right.
So now they've got somebody here going to try to change this 105-year culture with a franchise called franchise quarterback. And so this could be done, but you just got to get things like the way you had up in Detroit. First, offensive line. The offensive line got to be built strong. You don't have Gibbs and Montgomery in Chicago, so you're gonna have to get you a good. You're gonna have to get you a good 1-2 punch, power and speed.
Yeah.
Then that's along. Ben Johnson, has never been known to me. He's a good offensive-minded coach, but he's not what we call these quarterback whispers. Like, he's never been proven that he can go in and turn a quarterback into somebody that we want them to be elite on a high pedestal. He haven't had no experience in that. He just can run plays. That's a difference. It's a difference in that. And I think he would have been more better with a quarterbacks coach, more like a Kingsbury or somebody like that. That can actually coach quarterbacks. He can only coach offense. So that's gonna be a test right there for him. Not alone coaching this offense, but you got to get your quarterback to a certain level. So when he had Golf, Golf was already kind of, he's proven, in this league, with the Rams and everything with him coming over. So he didn't have to do all he had to just run the offense. This is different now. You got to run offense and get your quarterback to a certain level. You got to put work in. And so the first year, I'm not looking for nothing. I really ain't. I'm not looking for nothing dominant. None of that. This is going to be growing pains on both sides. I can see a little flashes or something. Not on the Carolina level. I think they'll be competitive, but I just don't think the first year, just don't think they're going to be anything like Detroit out the gate. If you think you're going to think they'll be like that, you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself, really.
Will the wins increase? Will the wins increase?
I think the wins will increase, maybe about 2 or 3 games.
Okay.
But I think maybe, this first year is just a learning curve. There's something learning for both sides. He needs to get, some more picks, the picks that he want in. Depends on the defense coordinator that he gets, and and build this team. I think it's going to take them 3 years to get it on the level of a Detroit level. But I never known the Bears to be a fast scoring team like that. That's what's going to get me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Can he do this team like that? They never been no 41 point every weekend, every Sunday type of team. It never have.
No.
So if for you to do that, you're ripping the blueprint of the 105 years of the Bears. You're ripping that whole blueprint, and you're trying to be like everybody else. And I really think that the Bears should stay true to who they are.
I agree.
You stay true to who you are. You have been always a strong defensive team with a power running back, a back. And the quarterback of the dink and dunk here and there. You ain't never been the kind of team to throw bombs. Ain't never been that kind of team. Never, ever since the history I've been watching football and probably further beyond. So to say that, to me, is trying to change this whole culture of the Chicago Bears. Good luck to him. First of all, good luck to him and his family, for getting the head coaching job. We know he was the hot candidate from the beginning. Wasn't no big surprise to me. But I'm not looking for nothing out the gate. I might be looking for something to predicate the second year. It depends on what he get in, what kind of players he get in, or whatever, to how he's trying to direct this organization. But if he's trying to get this organization as a throw it up and down team, it's going to look different. I never seen them Bears like that. Really have. They always been predicated to the run, and I think that's how Detroit was. They really was a run team, but Goff tried to play hero ball to me. I think he didn't like that, and I think he just wanted to be more on his own. But Gibbs and Montgomery set that up. They set that up for that long ball. Run first, throw later. But I really feel like this man, I want to see if he's going to be a quarterback whisperer. Can he do both? We know he's a good offensive coach, but can he get this quarterback, Caleb Williams, to a level that they want him to be? So he really got two jobs in one, especially on offense.
Right.
So it's going to be some growing pains with Caleb Williams. He got some potential, but he's going to do some things. He's got to work with that. So it depends on the defensive coordinator. Get that defense is, I can say they can kind of hang their hat on it. They're not too far off. Maybe some few players here and there, they can always get that defense back to how they always were. They always been a good defensive team and never really lacked that. So but the offense, I just can't see them being that type of offense where they just throw the ball up and score 41 points a game and 35 points. I can't see them doing it. I think that's gonna pull back some. That's gonna pull back from what he did in Detroit. That's gonna pull back. Unless he's gonna get the type of backs like he had up there with Gibbs and Montgomery to set up that type of pass. But otherwise, they just ain't never been that type of team. So don't expect them to. I think that's gonna still predate on defense, but I think you're gonna see a little bit of bet. I think the quarterback will be better, but I don't think he'll just be scoring 35 and 41 points a game. I just don't see that because of just the way the Bears being. But it's gonna be interesting to me. It's gonna be really interesting. But I don't expect nothing year one. I'm not even looking at them year one. You know what I'm saying? I think they just not gonna really be. They just gonna have to find out. They're still gonna be working to learning, and is a learning for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and the whole organization really to. They can't expect this man to come in and put this team into the NFC Championship next year. I mean, that J.L. Daniels thing, that's a rarity. That's a rarity. We can't expect that from every coach and rookie quarterback that comes in. We can't expect that. So, but that's how the NFL is. If we see J.L. Daniels can do it, we can do it. That's how they look at it. But it don't work that way. Right. It just don't work that way. But you can't tell them that. You can't tell them owners that. You can't tell them.
You ain't bullshitting.
I mean, you just can't. You can't tell them that. I paid you. I got you here. I want you to be like them.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah,
quarterback like that.
Yeah, that's all. That's all they want. Right. They want. They want quick results.
Yeah. All I can do is draw up the plays. It's up to him to get out there and do it. Now I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't make him a J.D. Daniels, but that's what's going to be the spread of the league right now. Everybody want to get their quarterback, a rookie quarterback or whatever, like J.D. Daniels. But the thing about it, it's exciting. We're seeing new head coaches out here that's getting to these organizations, and with him, I hope he studied the history of this organization and knew how they were in 105 years, how they've been. For you to just rip up the blueprint, how they've been 105 years, and lay something else down. Good luck to you, my brother. And I just don't see, to me personally, I don't see this team throwing the ball up and down the field like that. They never in my life history been that type of team to throw that ball up and down the field like that. Never have. So good luck to him. If he can get it like that, if he can change it, if you change that team like that, then you'll be competitive with other teams that's out there, because this is a pass-happy league. We're starting to get the running backs coming back to bring back to traditional running backs. I'm glad to see that. But they're going to have to get some backs back there to get the thing like he had up in Detroit. If he want to coach it like Detroit or he wants to do it differently, So we know that he's a trick player. He likes to run different type, but he's not going to be able to do it with this team. Not until you get the players in there he wants to get it in there. Not until you get that offensive line like the way he had in Detroit. He got to get that line like that for him to coach the way he wanted to coach in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that line is not like that. The offensive line like that. He got to build it. Starting with this draft, they got to go. They got to go offensive line, just like us. They got to get the beef up front. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting, man. I wish. I know he in my division. I got to see him twice, but I wish the best for Caleb Williams. I like him. This league right here, man, can turn on you fast. It really can. You can be out real fast, and so if you don't get yourself up, Jada Daniels is not making it look good for everybody. He really is not. But that's not his fault. But at the same time, you know, that's how they lead. That's how they are. They want everybody, their quarterback, to be on that level, and that's not the way. Everybody can't be on that level. So you're gonna have to have some patience with your quarterback. I like Caleb Williams. I like the throws that he makes. He can run. It's hard to tackle him. He got a lot of potentials, but he just needs somebody to work this Nixon that out of him. But I really do not. The first year, I'm not expecting a whole lot out of the Birds. Do not expect a whole lot out of them. Please don't do that to yourself.
I'm gonna add to what Q was saying, man. I agree with Q. I agree with Q big time because they need to go. Chicago needs to stay true to who they are. Like you said, they had always have a power back and they had great defense. They need to continue that. You're gonna mix and match with some passes and stuff like that. I get that, but I'm with Q, man. I never, my lifetime seeing the Bears play, they never was a tight. I would say they had a good offensive year in 2006 when Rex Grossman was quarterback. They took them to the Super Bowl. Like they was throwing it, all over the place then, but they always been a defensive power back, like you said, defensive power back team. It's always been like that. So for a guy like Ben Johnson, who's offensive, pretty good offensive minded, sharp guy, like it's kind of weird that he's going to Chicago. But he did say this. He said the reason why he chose the Bears is because he said he had a gut feeling and a chance to work with 2024 number 1 overall draft pick Caleb Williams. He also felt that the Bears' future outlook provided him with the best opportunity. So he get a daisy fresh quarterback. So I get that. I get that. Mark?
Yeah, I'm just that's pretty much what I figured why he would go there. Just like I mentioned, none of the other situations are really that appealing or have a lot of upside right now. Especially like the Raiders, the Jets, the Saints, Dallas. They aren't really in good situations looking forward. So I'm not surprised why he went there. That's what I pretty much figured. But you and Q keep talking about how the Bears are always defense and all that kind of stuff. Man, I remember the time where they had Brandon Marshall and
Cutler
and my other man named from South Carolina that won Super Bowl with the Eagles. When they had them two out there and Greg Olsen and Jay Cutler, they tried it with Mark Trestman, the former CFL coach. He was good. Just I just think he didn't have the authority or the affirmativeness to take control of that locker room.
I agree.
That's why he lost it. But
Trestman
it was a little time period in like the 2010s when Chicago had a pretty high-powered offense. Matt Forte was running the ball.
Matt Forte,
pretty all right.
Yeah. Matt Forte was a workhorse, man. He's a workhorse. Man, they drove him in the ground. They always like you said, what's his name? Last name Howard. Can't remember his first name.
Yeah. I knew you were talking about.
Strong back, bro. Strong running back. So this is gonna be interesting here, man. Ben Johnson, and what rumors I hear that he is they're possibly thinking of putting pen to paper for defensive coordinator Dennis Allen.
Yeah, I saw that.
So this
isn't a bad move.
That is not a bad move.
Dennis is a good defensive coach. He's
yes,
not
he is.
head coach material, but at least by adding Dennis Allen, you're getting some head coaching experience.
There you go. So that will be big. See, I told Q that Chicago right now, Mark, to me is that by signing Ben Johnson is they're trying to keep up with. They're trying to keep up with. Chicago is trying to keep up with Detroit and Minnesota and Green Bay.
Yeah. They have no other choice over the top dogs in that division right now.
Right.
But to be honest with you, to look at it from the other perspective, I'm kind of curious to see what Detroit is going to do to replace him and replace Aaron Glenn.
Exactly.
On the side.
Yeah.
I wonder specifically, they've had Mark Brunell up there as the QB coach for the last number of years.
Yeah.
I wonder if they try to elevate him to start calling plays now.
Yeah, good point, Mark. Good point. Because I think I was thinking the same thing. Like, okay, now he's gone, so that should be a step up now for Mark Brunell to be the offensive coordinator, which I'm intrigued to see. Now, defensive coordinator, I really don't know. Maybe Campbell would call that. Maybe, I don't know. He's a defensive guy. Yeah, it's definitely naked in the Detroit area now that Aaron Glenn now is the official new head coach of the New York Jets. So it is there. They got some rebuilding to do as well. I don't think Detroit is going to be the same, to be honest with you. It's going to be a lot of places moved in that NFC North. I think the Vikings are going to stay right there where they at because no pieces has been moved. The Vikings are going to stay where they at. I think it's going to be between the Packers and the Vikings in the NFC North. I think Detroit's going to take a major fall, bro. I think they're going to take a major fall. And I think Chicago, they're going to get there, but it's going to take them a while. And by the time they get there, hell, all the smoke is settled now. So I think it's going to be.
I think, to me personally, I think Detroit championship wouldn't have closed on them. And they had an opportunity with San Francisco, and this year when they were just dominating teams. And for you to have that, you had the Commanders come up there and you the first seed, and the way you've been dominating all year, and it just came up there and just upsetted you like that. I mean, then now you lose your offensive coordinator, and now you lose your defensive coordinator. I mean, your team just got ripped apart. I'm not saying that a lot of then free agents in some of your team, but you don't know. I mean, it was just built. That wonder was tight 2 years ago. It was tight.
Right.
And this was the year for you. This was the year for y'all to make it.
Right.
I mean, y'all were dominating all year long.
Right.
And
They got hurt. A
great portion of I know it, but I understand that. But still, but still, you still had your offense. You still was scoring points. You still was a team lighting the points up like that. And you tried with the Commanders and everything, but also you would let them score points. Not because your defense was hurt.
Yeah, so, and it didn't help that Jared had another game like how we had with Houston. But the only difference was they didn't have the defense to bring them back.
But it's funny you say that, Mark.
Jared Goff. But Goff, he messed that game up, though. To me, he did.
Yeah, it was literally like the game in Houston. But the key difference was in Houston, they still had a bunch of their defense healthy, and the defense was getting stops and giving the offense extra chances with the ball. They didn't have that against Washington.
See, I Mark. Now I'm gonna disagree with you now because because Detroit, you lost. Now we can't hang excuses like injuries on there because they didn't have Aiden Hutchinson for a majority of the season. They were smashing cats. They were smashing teams.
You're not wrong. They still had other people.
That's true. They were still smashing though. And tell me where in the world is Amon St. Brown?
He showed up. The offensive people showed up outside of Jared. I'm not defending Detroit,
I know,
Like,
I know.
just in that game, like looking at that game and compare it to the rest of their season, Goff literally had the second worst game of the year, literally like how he
Yeah, yeah,
did Sunday night against Houston.
He
yeah.
shit the
And
bed.
but the
Terrible.
He did.
defense, the defense between both of those two games was completely different.
Yeah,
Like first play of the game, and this one, their starting cornerback breaks his arm, he's done. So
yeah.
they were already really thin out there at corner. They were thin at linebacker, thin on the defensive line. I just don't know what people like kind of expecting him to do. And I don't think the window's closed on him because a lot of those guys are going to come back healthy. They're still
But
on.
what if they beat Washington? Can we say injuries then?
If they would have beat Washington, in my humble opinion, this is just me. If they would have beaten Washington and had to go on to face the Rams, they might have been able to win that game. But if they would have had to face Philly still, whether they beat Washington or not, I don't think it would have been any chance that current Detroit Lions team would have been able to beat Philly. I think Philly would have
Yeah,
basically been
Philly
booked in
would
New
have drugged.
Orleans. So
Yeah, Philly would have drugged their ass for sure. That's for sure. But to get off the subject of this is I don't know, man. That Lions thing, man. I was like, God damn,
it
I
sucks.
know it does. It does. For being I feel sorry for the Lions fans. Just tough break, man. Like you said, you had your shot 2 years. 2 years in a row, you had your shot. Jared Goff shit the bed though, again. But I'm gonna say this, Mark, and you're gonna disagree with the host. I can see the button just pushing. I say this, and I'm gonna say this out here in TV land or YouTube or whatever. And boy, y'all gonna be pushing this button too. What I'm about to say. Amon St. Brown is overrated, bro. He's overrated. He's overrated. He's not a dog. He's not. It's not, bro. Because if he was, he'd have showed up a lot more. See, that's what I'm saying. This is what a dog is going to carry his team. A dog is going to show up. Amon St. Brown, they had the keys to him, and they shackled his ass. Amon St. Brown is a slot receiver. Amon St. Brown, that's why he's fast, so he gets open. He's fast. But I guarantee you put Amon St. Brown on that wide, I bet his numbers would decrease rapidly, bro. I don't see it. I don't see it with him. What's up, Rock?
How?
What's up, Rock? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you.
What's going on, Rock?
Leah Cohen got our coach. Good to see Pete Carroll back. No doubt, Rock. Yo, to answer your question, I just don't see it, bro.
In the game against Washington, the man had 8 catches for 137 yards.
But that's impressive. But he's a slot, Mark. That slot is for the big plays. Is what I'm saying is he goes for all of them was over 20. Right?
Literally, if you it was 7, he was averaging 17.1 yards.
Okay, so he was okay. So all of them was over 10 yards. Do the math here. All of them 13-ish over.
The worst game that he had last year was against Tennessee. Every other game he had last year, he was dominating. He showed up big time in that game against Buffalo. He showed up in the game against Washington. No shade to Q-Dog. He showed up against Minnesota. So I don't know about that evaluation, host.
I don't know, man. Just me personally, I don't feel St. Brown. I don't feel him as a big time, big game receiver as the media hyped him up to be. I just don't see it. I don't see it. Because if you're gonna make me a believer, now that game right there was your chance to do it. I see him go off when they're smashing teams. I've seen him go off, of course. I've seen him tear it up. But now when you're in a situation on a bigger platform, a bigger stage, and now shit is on the line. Shit is real. I ain't seen it, bro. Maybe it's me.
I can't discredit anything you're saying because I have literally been on this show for years saying the same thing about other players. So I can't be mad at you for it. I just with that one I don't see it.
I understand, bro, because you're a St. Brown fan. I get it.
I'm not even a St. Brown fan like that. To be honest with you, I really didn't know about him until he got to Detroit. Like just every time I watched him play, like 14, he's doing something. So
I mean, don't get me, ladies and gentlemen, I do like, I don't want to say, Brown. I just think he's just overrated. I just think he's overrated, and he didn't show up against Washington. He's supposed to be the best wide receiver on their team. Williams is a one-trick pony. Go just throw it long to him. But
and I think that's another thing too. I think the presence of Williams and Laporta is not only taking the pressure off him, but it's also taking some of the targets away from him.
I agree.
So
I agree with
some
that.
areas where he might have had an opportunity to make one of them big plays to get your attention, it's going to Laporta with his one-handed catch, or Jameson Williams' speed just mesmerizing and you lose sight of him. So
yeah.
And not to mention the two-back system that they have. So I mean,
but with weapons like that, is Ben Johnson really working like he? I mean, because goddamn, Laporta's nice. Laporta's nice.
Laporta's nice. Yeah. I can't take away from Laporta, and Williams just take the top off the defense. Straight
hell up. Yeah,
he peeling the can. He gonna open up. He gonna open up holes. So if he didn't have Williams, do you think that he would be getting down like the way he's getting down? To open up all that field? I mean, he's not a big receiver. He's not a tall receiver or a big dog that you can throw that alley-oop up to him and let him go get it. He just know how to work that slot and get over. I think I just think they need to get a big receiver go along with all that. They just need a big
Mark,
receiver.
The dude we were talking about.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
They get a big receiver, they'll be dangerous.
Yeah. Gotta have that big guy. That'll be so good for Jared Goff on that goal line.
Yeah, but again, the only issue with that is they already have a boatload of weapons as is. So you add somebody else that gotta get fed too. Is it really gonna be enough to go around? That's the danger of building them high-powered offenses. Like
that's very true.
W weapons to choose from, but
that's very true.
Not everybody gonna be able to eat.
No, not everybody. I can see that old back shoulder fade to a big joker. They need something like that. I agree. They need something.
I think he wouldn't be able to get a big receiver.
But
I don't think he would.
There are some big possession receivers coming out in the draft this year that might be available around the time the Detroit picks. So if they need to add it, like you guys say, this could be a year to do it in the draft. Get him on a rookie contract. He ain't really gonna have the ego to really demand the ball like that. So there you go.
Dan Campbell right now, even though Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson are gone, he still has that aura. People still want to play with him, so I agree with that. And what I do go back and backtrack what I said about Detroit. I know I'm not saying that they're going to diminish. I'm not going to say that, but they are going to take a major step back. Major step. Because Ben Johnson, that offense, he had that offense clicking, and Aaron Glenn had that defense clicking. So those two are gone.
Can I be honest with you?
Yes, sir.
I agree with your prediction, but I think it's about the wrong team in that division. I think there's another team in that division.
You talking about Minnesota?
Who's going to come back to earth next year?
Minnesota?
Detroit.
Minnesota and Green Bay are going to stay. I'm telling you, bro. Watch what I take. Mark. No pun intended. Mark my words. It's going to be Minnesota and Green Bay, two of the biggest rivals in football. They're going to duke it out for that NFC North title. I'm telling you, bro. Telling you. JJ McCarthy is going to come back. The dude is going to have. He's going to come back. He's going to work his ass off. He's going to come back. He's going to be the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings.
But
it's going to be two young guns.
Why I say that. host. Because look at it, either you're gonna have Sam Darnold back and teams will figure out a way to stop him, or you're gonna have a rookie quarterback in there. I'm not taking anything away from Coach O'Connell. I'm not taking anything away from the receivers and the weapons that they have there. But you're gonna get either a quarterback starting in his first year, with you gotta deal with the growing pains that come with that, or is Sam Darnold gonna regress or not? And I think chances are he probably is.
No, they're not going to pay. They're not going to pay Sam Darnold all that money when they got other holes to fill. They really want to beef that offensive line and that beat both sides of the ball up on the offensive and defensive line. That's a must-have. They have to do that. They know that. And so when you bring in McCarthy, and he's been sitting for a year with the mindset that he has and the potential that he was, that's still there. I think he's going to be the next Jaden Daniels story. I really feel that. I really feel it, even though he didn't play. I feel that. Then you got Brian Flores. You got Brian Flores coming back to a team the way he got shafted, the way he got done in the coaching realm, and now he's back. He's gonna have anger on his side. He's gonna bring in the kind of players. All he needed to do is just get the cornerback, get that nasty defensive tackle that he wants, and get him in the draft or free agents or whatever. And what they just him and O'Connell back together for another year. But the only thing about it, we know they're gonna win. They're gonna win regular season game. But now they're gonna have to find out the way to win playoff games. Kevin O'Connell, you just got a new contract. I'm not worried about no regular season game. They're gonna do that. But Kevin O'Connell, now you got to go up the ladder. Now you got a new contract. You're bringing Brian Flores back with you. Now y'all going to get back to the. I'm not trying to be bogus or nothing and tap my, talk my horn or nothing. But they're gonna get back to the playoffs. They're gonna get back. Just the fact that not only getting back, can you win games and not be out coached by some of these teams? And I really feel that that's the level that both of them have to get on now. Now you're gonna have J.J. McCarthy.
You can't take another first round exit. You can't take another.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that. Or either
so they do. What do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah, if Minnesota does that, you got to blow it up. You got if they
take another first round exit, something got to be done.
Yeah,
because
drastic. What is that something?
I think maybe Kevin O'Connell got to go. He got to go because they're paying you beyond. They're paying you because what you done for. You have two. You set a history. You made in your first 3 years. You won 2 seasons over 13 wins. Never been done in Minnesota history. I don't know about NFL history, but Minnesota history. So they're banking on you to lead this team in the future. But in the playoffs, you stunk. And maybe the offensive line was terrible as shit. And the defensive line didn't get no pressure. So that's a must-have. And when they know that. He even talked about it in the press conference. So a lot of motherfuckers gonna get the fuck on. They gonna get the hell on. Bradbury is still your ass out of here. But what I'm saying is this: then you got to replace these corners. Gilmore gonna be gone, and
Gilmore all got to go. Gilmore got.
Yeah, he got to go. Too old. We got to get him up out of there. Yeah. Then I hope that, you know what I'm saying. Then the Hitman, he might retire. I like the Hitman. I hope he stay on. I hope he stay on one more year because Brian Flores stayed on. I hope he do. Yeah. But they got some pieces that they got to put together, whatever. But it's not about the wins in the regular season to me. It's about when they get to that playoff, you can't be one and done no more, Kevin Cole. No, you can't do it.
No, you got one more shot.
You got one more shot. Can't have that. Yeah. You got to me, you got to at least get into the championship game.
Yeah, at least.
You got at least.
That's still a crazy thing that you always say fire that man. It's still mind-boggling to me that you would say get rid of him. Y'all know. Wow.
Donald? You talking about Donald?
Nah, O'Connell. I could justify getting rid of Sam. Because I could say with the way Kevin O'Connell coaches.
Yeah, but I just can't see a man that you getting to the playoffs. I mean, come on now.
You got to look at it too, man. You went 13-4, 14-2. Get out of here. And if you do the same
what
thing
what I'm hearing is Kevin O'Connell is literally in the same sort of time loop that the Dallas Cowboys have been in for 30 years.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
He's not in nothing like that. He's not in nothing like
12-5 and not going nowhere.
Come on, Q-Dog.
No. What I'm saying is that the man can win regular season games. We know that. He's a good
too.
But I'm saying, then I understand what you say. Okay, what you're saying, we don't want to start that pattern. Put it that way. He did that long.
There you go.
There you go.
We're not going that route.
He did it twice already.
Yeah, twice. Third time ain't gonna work.
Yeah, third time gotta go. Hell no. I feel that.
It's gonna make you look like you just can't coach in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Just period.
Yeah. You're flashing the pan.
And then I think, but I'm saying, somebody said to me, and it might, if it happens to him this time, if they give him another chance, don't fire him, Kevin O'Connell needs to coach the team and get an offensive coach. He need to get him an offensive coordinator, man.
Stop play calling.
That's going to do the things that he don't do. Kevin O'Connell's good coach. He get a little passive sometimes, and then when he in clutch situations, he don't make the right calls and this and that. But he need an offensive-minded coach. That's all he do. But it might if he feel like that this year, it's gonna let me know that's what he needs to be doing, because he can't escalate his coaching to that next level. To me,
I like Kevin O'Connell. You have yourself a dilemma there, brother.
But he got some flaws in his coaching. He got some flaws in his coaching, man. He really does.
Yeah, he do.
Hey, man, just tell him to hire John Gruden and call the plays for him. That'll stop.
Holy shit, no, man. You trying to hand him a Super Bowl.
I like John Gruden. John Gruden, get on that damn white boy. Get on that white boy.
Yeah, we got there all this. Yeah, I love it, man. That's why I do he's my play calling inspiration. I'll be making up shit. I'll be thinking about what would John do. Okay, I'll be making up all kind of shit.
I just really feel that, man. He might need to get him an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though, G. I would have never thought about that.
That is interesting. It is. I'll tell you what else.
If you see him, and it's like, especially when he faced Sean McVay, it's just like he just feel like, I know that's your mentor and everything, but he just feel like he just didn't want to play against him. But we'll have to have somebody here don't give a fuck about that. They ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And then get out there and
call kill it.
He want to kill him. He want to kill him.
He said he want to kill it.
Yeah, you want to kill him.
Yeah, Sean McVay didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, we'd be friends later. But right now, I'm forget you.
Yeah, yeah. But now Sean McVay, your daddy. He's your daddy.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that's what I didn't like. And like Kevin O'Connell, what you doing, man? Well, this is your time to coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. I just feel like, I just think he needs to hand the plays over to somebody else. He just really do.
I hear you.
Yeah. But we'll see.
Well,
he fucked up this time. Get him off his coordinator, get his ass out there 1 or 2. We can do that Dallas Cowboy shit. No, hell no.
No, that got him fired up, didn't it, host?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Because right about now, even before the season starts, I'm not even looking at our regular season win. I don't even care. Yeah, they're gonna help you and help you get a good position in the playoff, but I'm not even looking for that. I'm just hoping we get to the playoff, and that's what I'm gonna focus on. See what they're gonna do. I know they're gonna get. They ain't gonna be tight. I know they're gonna give me a regular season win. You done showed me that, Kevin O'Connell. You showed me that, but you gotta show me something different now. You gotta show me something different.
And you know what? The same thing you saying is the same way Baltimore Ravens fans are saying, because Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they bemoan missed opportunities and lost to the Bills and defend Mark Andrews. The Baltimore Ravens had the Buffalo Bills on their heels when Lamar Jackson led a thrilling 88-yard touchdown drive in the closing minutes of Sunday's divisional round playoff game, cutting Buffalo's lead to 2 points. Even if overtime was guaranteed at the worst for the Bills, they taken quite a few blows from the Ravens. When Jackson hit veteran tight end Mark Andrews with a well-placed 2-point pass, it appeared Baltimore had landed another big one. Then Andrews shockingly dropped it, and the Bills hung on for a 27-25 win. The pass might not have been perfect, but it hit Andrews in the chest, and it was a play that would dominate Monday's water cooler and talk radio chatter, and a lasting memory from another crushing playoff from the Ravens, but it was far from the only reason they lost on Sunday. So Q, Ravens, once again, Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson has been eliminated from the playoffs by the Buffalo Bills. You talking about, man, the title of this is Lamar Jackson playoff woes again. This guy just cannot get over the hump. But was it his fault or was it Mark Andrews' fault? Who do you think?
Well, first I'm gonna say this. Due to the game, I don't know if you're on, I don't know if you're listening, but you might not like what I'm about to say, my brother. But I love you though. I love you. I love you. You know, it's mighty ironic that us three was over to his house. It was the second or third week when y'all played them. It was the second week. Second weekend. And y'all came up victorious with that win, and the way they acted after the win was what just surprised me. But you know, that was earlier during the season. They got the Derrick Henry train going and started to win all games and everything. And this to me has become deja vu. Like this is the same old with Lamar Jackson. I just feel to myself personally, I just don't believe in him. I just don't believe he's a franchise quarterback. I just don't believe. Here it is, you got Jaden Daniels, his rookie year, he beats you to a championship game. Rookie year now, beats you to a championship game. I mean, that we're going to look for this man in the championship or Super Bowl somewhere down in his career, early in his career. Because he's knocking on the door of championship game, he's going to knock on plenty more. With that game, I see that early on, Lamar Jackson, with his inaccuracy, he threw some interceptions that cost him. I don't know what to say. I'm not with that Lamar Jackson train thing that goes on during the regular season. I have put my team on that onus like that. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm not with us winning 13 and 14 more games no more. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to deal with it or whatever. But I got to see us do something in the playoffs. We done got there now. Twice out of 3 years. And smack back out. I don't want to see that no more. Here's the same thing with Lamar Jackson. You done been to 4, 5 divisional games. Well, I might got it wrong. 5 division 1.
6. He only been to 1 AFC championship game, so he's been to 5.
Oh, you have been to an AFC championship.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, last year.
2023. 23.
No, it was last year with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That was
24.
That was the AFC championship game.
Yeah, that was the AFC championship game.
Yeah, the rest of them in all divisions.
And then you stunk up that game. You stunk that game up.
Yeah, I mean,
he's 3-5 in his career.
There you go.
3-5, but you know, I just don't, you know, and looking at Cincinnati going to be better. They're going to be better next year.
Cincinnati is going to be better.
Yeah, and so you know, and I just don't. I'm due to the game. Last time we talked, when y'all had lost somewhere mid-season, you gave me a whole essay. You texted me a whole essay. I don't know how you did it, but you must be a good typist at work because I wouldn't have typed that long. So, but my thing is that, he don't never blame Lamar Jackson. He always say John Harbaugh, the coaching staff. This and that. Every time they lose, he just can't see that your quarterback is not a franchise quarterback. And plus, with you losing Lamar Jackson, if you were the one, there have been 4 African-American quarterbacks competing for the Super Bowl this weekend. You messed up history. You messed up history, my brother. Lord have mercy. 4 African-American quarterbacks compete for the Super Bowl. That means there would have been 2 African quarterbacks in the Super Bowl, automatically. We know it's going to be one on the NFC side, but see, that's what I'm saying. History. And I just really feel that when it comes to projecting a team into another level like that, I just think he can't do it. I'm not sitting here saying Andrews been his main target ever since he's been there. That's his go-to. You know what I'm saying? That's his wingman. We all know that. But sometimes the wingman gonna drop one, man. I mean, come on now. He was held all game long. That's your man. I mean, I can't put it on him. I put it on you as the quarterback for earlier with those interceptions. You can't be throwing interceptions in playoff games like that. You hurt your team.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And I just feel that man is not a franchise quarterback. Point blank.
Boy.
I'm sorry.
Hey, man.
I'm tired.
Boy,
I'm tired.
boy,
I'm tired of hearing about him. I don't want to hear nothing about. I wish your boy was on here. What's his name?
Due to the game.
You know what I'm talking about? No host. You know what I'm talking about? Young boy. Like Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Baltimore.
Yeah, Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Lamar this. I'm tired of hearing that. I'm just tired. I'm just tired, man. These guys, I mean, the man was. He's a special quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He got legs, he's speed and all that. But man, but what? Man, they ain't been to the Super Bowl yet, though. Every time they're going to say, what Drew to the game going to say? The coaches. That's what he going to go. Fire Harbaugh. Hell, Harbaugh ain't going no damn well.
No, hell no.
What you mean talking about fire Harbaugh? You out your crazy ass mind. Then they going to get rid of Harbaugh? Come on, man. No, bro. Come on, bro. You got to look at what that jersey you got on. You got to look at that. Look in the mirror of that jersey you got on. Stop trying to ignore it. He gonna let you down every time, bro. He gonna let you down. You got to have a franchise quarterback to win in these playoffs.
Yeah. To
get you to the promised land.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got it. Y'all got somebody that's gonna woo MVP level and all that kind of stuff, but when it comes to the playoffs, he ain't the one. So I don't know when y'all gonna move on from him. When y'all gonna learn? The next 2 years? When y'all gonna learn?
Look at Mark chilling.
It's gonna get worse for you. Cincinnati gonna be better. Pittsburgh probably be better. Who else in that division? Pittsburgh.
That's nobody else.
Yeah.
I said Cincinnati, Pittsburgh.
That's it.
Baltimore and somebody else.
Cleveland not gonna do nothing, no G.
Cleveland ain't gonna do goddamn thing.
Okay, then you decided to yeah. Okay, then. But otherwise than that, you got 2 out of the 4. It's probably gonna be better than y'all.
But even as trash as Cleveland was, Cleveland did beat them.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they beat them because they know you.
Yeah.
And then, but at the same time,
they won't beat them on the big stage.
I'm tired. We start 2025 season. I don't want to hear no Lamar this, Lamar that. I just don't want to hear that shit. Holler at me when Lamar get in the playoffs. That's where you holler at me. I don't hear that no more. I really don't, man. I just no. True to the game. I know you're gonna be mad at me, bro. I love you to death, bro. But I don't know what to tell you, my bro. You just ain't got a franchise quarterback, my bro. You just don't. Bob, you got it, bro.
Come on, Mark. Come on, Mark. Come on. One thing about Mark. And Mark, I tell you this, bro, because I was on the Lamar train, and I tell you this, bro. You were I humbly and come back and tell you that you were right. Because I was on that Lamar train. I was.
I was never on
it. I was, bro. God,
get on it.
But was it this game though? This particular game right here, was it?
Oh, answer your question. It was Lamar to me.
Lamar.
I'm gonna say.
Okay. So what Mark was it Lamar Lamar Jackson on this game, or more of his Mark Andrews?
I texted host during that game, and when Mark Andrews dropped it, I literally texted host the quote from Vern Lundquist during the Super Bowl back in the day with Dallas and Pittsburgh. Bless his heart, he's got to be the sickest man in America.
Sickest man.
Some of the blame for this game does go on Lamar Jackson. I can't deny it. But to be honest with you, I put 49% on Lamar and 51% on Mark, just because despite the mistakes that Lamar Jackson made, he brought the team back into that game. Mark Andrews, if I remember correctly, had a big fumble in that game in the open field during the tackle by DeMar Hamlin, and then he had that big drop in the end zone to tie the game up and send it to overtime. Lamar again brought them back. Everything that Q-Dog said is accurate. I have been saying that on this show for years. So Triggerman, Philly G, Deuce, Drew to the game. Who else came after me? Everybody that came after me, I need y'all to take that same energy and give it to Q-Dog too. Because I've literally been saying this for years. I've said it since Lamar was in college. There is a reason why teams took Baker Mayfield and Josh Allen ahead of him. They even took Josh Rosen ahead of him because they believe Josh Rosen was more of a franchise guy than him. That's no disrespect towards him. Because to be completely honest with you, if you're looking at quarterbacks in the AFC, you can definitively say Lamar Jackson is at worst the fourth best quarterback in that conference. Some might say he's the third best because of how he consistently beats Joe Burrow, but he's definitely behind Mahomes. And at this point, you can say he's definitely behind Josh Allen because Josh Allen's beaten him both times they played him in the playoffs. But I think the issue with that team is Lamar, I think, is starting to figure it out because he played better in the second half of that game than he did in the first. But somebody on that team has to activate their takeover. And what I mean by that is somebody has to kick it into another gear and elevate their game and elevate the game of everybody else on that team. Somebody has to get them fired up. From personal experience, and people hate when I make this comparison, but there were a bunch of times where I'd be watching Raider games and we'd be trailing late in the game in the fourth quarter. Any other quarterback we would have had, we probably would have lost. But Derek Carr rallied the troops. He got that team motivated and fired up. And there were a bunch of times where we came back on teams and won games. Lamar doesn't, to me, possess the ability to do that. He has a great talent, obvious by his multiple MVPs. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. You can't deny that, but he just doesn't have that extra gear that you're going to need to cross the finish line ahead of everybody else. But I will say with a word of caution, because I feel like I want to take a page out of Q-Dog's book and something he said earlier. You have to know history, because if you don't, you're doomed to repeat it. I could be wrong because I wasn't alive back then, but you guys know in the 90s, there was another very talented quarterback who was a league MVP, who wore the number 8, who for the longest time people said couldn't get over the hump. He went by the name of Steve Young, and he ended up in the Hall of Fame.
Very true.
Lamar Jackson has the ability to be this generation's version of Steve Young, but he needs to find that extra gear to elevate his game. when you're going up against Mahomes and you're going up against Josh Allen, you got to step your game up in the very same way that you did twice this year against Cincinnati. When Cincinnati and Jamar Chase and all them was cooking, you was cooking right back with them, and you were able to give your team just enough to beat Cincinnati. You have to treat these playoff games like you're playing against Cincinnati if you want to achieve your goals of reaching the Super Bowl and hoisting that trophy. But for right now, I say like he's stuck in third or fourth place, and he's kind of hitting the ceiling. Like no matter how much you level him up, no matter how much you try to give him around, add pieces around him, I just don't know if he's going to be able to just reach that next level of Mahomes and of Allen up there in the AFC.
So basically, what you're saying that when he gets into the playoff, he has to play like a man that can't be denied.
Yeah, because when you're in the playoffs, especially when you're getting into the divisional round, especially you're going up against the absolute best of the best. You cannot afford to have multiple turnovers. You can't afford to have all these mistakes. You literally have to play damn near perfect football, unless you're, another quarterback in the conference who has the benefit of getting the refs to bail him out. We ain't gonna talk about that tonight. Unless you're in that situation, you got to play perfect.
What you're saying is past players that we know that play playoff football, and we know that goes to another level, that we get to a divisional round and we face our nemesis or the one that's been holding us back. And so we feel like, you have to be like, this is the opportunity I've been waiting on. This is the opportunity. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he has to, in his mind, like, I might not get here again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I
gotta
agree.
play. I gotta play at an all-star performance. I gotta give it my fucking all.
The later you get in the playoffs, the more perfect you really have to play, because if you're anything less than your best, this isn't going to do it. I'll give you a prime example, right? It's a story that me and Host know like the back of our hands. Last year was the opportunity for Lamar to get over that hump. You were hosting a playoff game. It was the AFC Championship game. You were at home. The Chiefs had to go on the road to play you. They were on your field pregame talking junk, bullying your kicker. That was all the fuel and the fire you needed right there to get your team fired up to win that game. Yeah. In the same way that Kenny Stabler, for a majority of his career at first with Oakland, he couldn't get over the hump. That was the Pittsburgh Steelers and Chuck Noll and that defense. But that 1 year in '76, Pittsburgh had to come to Oakland. Kenny Stabler lifted them up, and we went on to win the Super Bowl. Lamar Jackson could have had that moment last year, but for some reason, he just did not have what it took to get that team over the hump.
It's like Michael Jordan against the Pistons. He couldn't get over the Pistons until he had to go back in the lab.
Lars, Patrick Ewing, and Josh Allen and Mahomes or Scottie Pippen and Michael. You know
you gotta kind of reinvent the wheel a little bit when in this situation like that, man. But I don't
know if coaching can fix it. I don't even know if getting him more weapons can fix it.
I think it's more weapons because look what
I just think it ain't in them.
That's why I'm leaning with Q, dog. To be honest,
I don't think it's in them. I just think it ain't in them, man. It ain't in them, man. That part of his game, we see a lot of athletes. We seen them come and go. We seen Michael Jordan, we seen Kobe Bryant, we seen Jerry Rice, and we seen Dion. We see some of these athletes get on these elite levels, these levels that other players reach up and can't touch. Because that's not you. You cannot do this. This is where I come, and I am the Moses alone. I take you to the promised land. Everybody can't carry a team to. Maybe it just ain't in them. Maybe he get in these moments and he's playing like he playing the regular season, and we need you, like you say, Mark, to get into another gear. And he's stuck in third. He cannot pull it out. His girls are stuck. He can't get in there. And maybe because he don't know how to get on that level. That level is just something to the point where it ain't in him to get there. Some of these athletes that come through the league that when they get there, the Ray Lewises, we see them all the time. This night, when they get in these moments like that, they cannot be denied because they're a certain type of fucking dog.
Yeah,
there are certain type of fucking dogs that no matter how far the chain pull, and if that damn bone right there, that steak coming out that goddamn ground.
Yeah,
it's coming out.
Yeah,
it's coming out. It's coming out because they have this thing about them that they cannot be denied. And like I said, it might not be in them, Mark. It just might not be in them. I just don't believe in them. That's me personally. I don't believe in them.
It needs to be a real definitely a new change in the wide receiver core. You still have Nelson Aguilar and Rashawn Bateman. First of all, Nelson Aguilar
are playing pretty good.
They are, but I mean, but
they were coming through.
But you can't beat a team like Buffalo with guys like that. I mean, not to take away from them. Huh?
Who does Buffalo have in their wide
receiver? Buffalo got
team?
Josh Allen though. Josh Allen, he does it all. So Josh Allen don't have to work as hard as Lamar does. That team and that Buffalo line is pretty good. But what I'm saying is Lamar. Some guys just need a star-studded cast to help them along the way. Rashawn Bateman is not it. Zay Flowers is not it. It's not it. But Lamar
they might get him. They might get him.
And he's not going to be
Tyreek isn't what they need.
No.
They need a
route runner.
They need somebody who can run routes and who can be a possession receiver. Right? They still got Amari Cooper. They need Amari Cooper. They need a DK Metcalf. If Mike Thomas was in better health, I would say they could use somebody like him. They need a big time dog. Possession
Gabriel Wilson from the Jets. Like they
take a flyer on Devontae Adams. Like I know he did us dirty, but he be what you need. You know,
it'd be what you need. Yeah. You need a big time.
I just don't know if, like Q Dog said, and like I've been saying for years on the show, it's just a certain level you got to get to the longer you play in the playoffs, and he just don't seem to have it. Steven, most quarterbacks will at least get it for a year. Like no shade, but Case Keenum had it for a little bit with his run with Minnesota. Steve Nair had it during his run with Tennessee. Mark Rippon had one with his run with Washington. Most quarterbacks, even if they're average, can at least get one elite season out of themselves to get their team there. But Mark can't even get that yet, man. At what point is it going to come? Because you've been in the league for a hot minute. So,
7 years.
Yeah.
Crazy,
I'm not trying to dog on them because I love to see black.
I ain't trying to dog. I'm not trying to dog on them neither, but I'm just these fans. True to the game. If you're listening, they don't like to hear that. They don't like you to talk about. They superb like Lamar Jackson won 3 or 4 championships. I mean, I can be with you on that. The man is killing them. He's on the Patrick Mahomes level, Tom Brady level. They can't do nothing with him. But this is just regular season, man. This is regular season. But playoffs, you don't get the same results as you do in the regular season for Lamar. That's not good. It's not good, man. Because at the end of the day, you're just going to be a great player the next 20 years from now. That's all they're going to say.
I pretty much think that's what he is, OG. That's what he was in college. And I think that's just what
7 years in, yeah. 7 years, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, we can talk about putting pieces here and pieces there to help him out. But I mean, when we're gonna see that dog come out of him in the playoff? That dog. If he show some type of dog, then we'll know. Well, damn, all right, he got it in him. We just need to plug a few pieces around because that dog gonna come out.
That'd be a dog.
It should have came out in the 2024 AFC title.
It should have came out. Yep, that's against Kansas City.
Like literally, they gave you everything that you could have needed to get fired up on a silver platter.
And now you have Derrick Henry this year. Listen, not to take away from Justice Hill, and J.K. Dobbins, because they was great running backs, but they got hit with a major injury bug throughout the years in Baltimore. But you got Derrick Henry, bro. Oh my God! Like what an addition to that team.
They didn't even use him right now.
They didn't even use him, bro. Tom Monken. You wanna be head coach, bro? You got one of the most dominant running backs since Adrian Peterson, and you didn't even use him.
I just don't know. To me,
oh boy,
I'm to the point right now. 7 years in, I just don't want to hear about him during the regular season. I just don't want to hear it no more. Really, I mean, I'm going to hear it because he's going to be dominant, but I don't care nothing about that. I want to see what you can do when you get in the playoffs, man. Because you're going to make it. Huh?
That's exactly why I had to cut ESPN off in the morning, because like literally over the summer, every day on Get Up and First Take, it was Lamar Jackson hype all summer long.
Yeah,
it was like they had an agenda.
Yeah, because they was wild over the flashy moves and the damn all this juking.
Yeah, we're gonna see all that.
And then they listened to David Ruffin when he said beauty's only skin deep. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see all that.
Oh yeah.
But then the fans themselves, they can't face reality, because you need to keep it real about your quarterback, man.
No, fuck that.
No, keep it real about your quarterback. That's not to me. If I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and Lamar Jackson my quarterback, that's a problem to me.
Yeah.
Then I can't get to the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Don't this sound familiar? Like everything that Q-Dog is saying he wishes Baltimore fans would do to Lamar for a decade. Didn't you and I hear that same exact talk about Derek Carr from Raider fans? Like Raider, like they were literally, he divided Raider Nation in half.
You sure did.
Really love that man, or you were ready to get rid of him because you were like, he's not going to get us over the hump. Yeah. I wonder why Baltimore ain't like that.
Well, I tell you what,
I really wonder that.
I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something about Derek Carr. Right. I love Derek Carr because the man can quarterback. The numbers show it. So I wasn't looking at Derek Carr. I was looking at other things around them, reason why they can't get over the hump. Because the man doing this damn job. So I figured like, well, why is the hate on Derek Carr so much? The hate was to the point where he got benched and he got put off the goddamn team. So but the numbers were there. You couldn't dispute the numbers. So if the numbers there, what's the problem? What was the problem? The man had astronomical numbers.
Every major record that a quarterback can have with the Raiders, Derek Carr's name is there. Literally wins, touchdown passes, yards, everything.
Yeah, but
he was polarizing, but Lamar isn't.
What causes his, y'all Raider fans, what causes his demise? What my sister did, she kept saying, no, he ain't the one. So I was like, what? I said, you know football. Tell me why I said the man got asked, he just ain't the one. So is it just the fact that they just didn't like him personally?
No.
I know about the damn, they say he had eye shot on his eye and all that old bullshit, but I don't care nothing about that. The number was still showing. So I'm trying to figure out why was the hatred so much when the numbers were showing that numbers was there.
Because I think a lot of Raider fans saw the year that he had in 2016 and didn't expect him to go down from there. Like they really thought it was going to be 2016 and up.
Yeah, his injury stepped on people's hearts in Raider Nation. They kind of just threw him on the back burner, like whatever. And then he's not a household name like that. So it's like, Derek Carr is always gonna be in my book.
I think they put the squeeze on a lot of these quarterbacks and players because they want them to be like somebody else, like a Tom Brady. We need a Tom Brady in here. He's not gonna be. He's not the Tom Brady.
If it was easy to find another Tom Brady, OG, the Giants and the Browns would have won a Super Bowl by now.
I know, but you can't tell these goddamn owners and fans that shit. You can't tell them that shit, man.
No.
You can't tell them. They're not realistic. They got to be realistic, man. But they did that man dirty as hell, though. Just like they did. Just like this. Now I told you, Mark. I told you what they were gonna do to Flores. I told you that shit. You were like, no, the way he's gonna defend. I said no. I said what? Now I don't know if you know, but Brian Fitzpatrick on his podcast, January 9th, he threw some more mud on Flores.
That's a whole nother subject. We don't want to go on that one. We don't want to go that one.
No, I'm just saying to Mark's point when he was saying that Brian Flores will be gone. I said, no, they're throwing too much shit on that man.
Yeah, they're
too much shit on him.
I genuinely thought he was going to get hired, and I'm really surprised that he didn't. I can't even sit here and lie to you, OG. I really expected one of these teams to hire him, but it is what it is.
I think he might well just give it up. He might well just give it up now. Unless he's gonna go to college. He ain't gonna get no NFL job no more.
That's a demotion.
But all that's gonna do is tighten up that NFL law.
They wanted the demotion for Nick Saban.
Huh?
He wasn't there.
Host said that was a demotion.
Yeah, but look at the food. I mean, the NFL is the upper echelon, and UFL and college. So that's what I mean. I get what you're saying, though, Mark. You're absolutely right. I get what you're saying, but just level wise. Oh boy. Well, all set, all minds and hearts here. Man, my head is pounding. Jeez.
Go Bills. Go Bills.
I know that's right.
Yeah, no.
I know that's right.
Go Bills. Them motherfuckers making Sunday, bro. I'm gonna be sick as hell. I'm be sick as hell. I ain't lie. I'm really like, damn.
I ain't watching
that
that
right,
shit.
man.
I ain't watching that shit, man. That shit crazy. I ain't fucking with it.
OG, what matchup do you want to see in the Super Bowl?
I want to see the Commanders and the Bills.
Same.
I like Jaden Daniels, man. I like that young man. It's hard to not to root for him. It's hard. Really hard not to.
Long as it ain't Kansas City, I don't give a damn.
I don't know, man. There's so much history that can be made of Buffalo and Washington making.
As long as it's Kansas City, I don't care who it is. It could be Washington, Philly, or Buffalo. I don't care. But as long as it ain't Kansas City, I don't give a fuck.
I'll be so happy Kansas City don't make it. I'll be so happy. I know y'all will. Damn, I'll be happy. I don't hear that shit. Can't nobody beat Mahomes. Can't nobody. He the best that ever. I can hear it now. He the best that ever touched the football.
OG.
All that don't count.
OG. I bet every last dollar I got. If Minnesota was playing on Sunday, you would be begging for the Chiefs to make it. You'd be on here talking about how you hope it's the Vikings and the Chiefs. You hope the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl.
You gonna lose, bro.
Man, because them motherfuckers dirty.
Dog, can you imagine? Like
Ivan Drago, you will lose.
Yo, host, can you imagine how unbearable Q-Dog would be if Minnesota were to go play?
I had to put the mute on. I had to go ahead and kick him out.
Hey, but you know what though? You know what though? When they played the Texans, and when they after the game, they came in and gave the locker room speech, man. Yeah. Man, Will Anderson and them, man, they sounded so sad about the referee. They kept saying it is what it is. Huh?
They had every right to be.
I know it, man, but it's just so sad that you figured that, okay, well, it is what it is. We knew that coming in, that the ref, but you shouldn't be talking like that. It shouldn't even be happening. Refs shouldn't be bitching on their side.
But literally, OG.
But that's demoralizing as a player. And Roger Goodell needs to step in and stop that bullshit. He really needs to.
The head of officiating said that there's no extra calls going to Kansas City, and the refs made the right calls in the game. The league office made a statement about that. So
The two Texans that club heads like that, they supposed to review that and pick up the flag. When Will Anderson hit him right here, instead of hitting me in the help, they supposed to review that and pick the damn flag up. Man, they wrong, man. They wrong. It's blatant. Everybody talking about it. But everybody talking about, well, why won't Roger still do something about it? Everybody got to go collectively that's complaining and go to Roger Goodell's office. Make his ass do something about it. He wrong for that, man.
I don't disagree with you, OG.
Yeah, he wrong, man. I mean, I feel sorry for Will. Will Anderson them come out there trying to play a perfect game. And look at this shit. That shit demoralizing, man. Every time you play that team in the red helmet, you got to be looking around for the stripes. Make sure you don't come. Fuck out of here. Hey, wrong, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. That you got to worry about referees on a team.
Can I interest you in the 1970s Pittsburgh Steelers? Can I interest you in the New England Patriots of the 2000s? Come on now.
Yeah,
come on now.
But this blatant though. But this blatant though.
So it won't blatant with the tuck rule. It won't blatant with the immaculate deception. Come on, man.
That tuck rule was a bullshit. They cost y'all Super Bowl.
Come on, bro.
I don't know where the hell the referee went. I don't know where the hell the referee went and got that one from. That motherfucker, he pulled out an NFL book, little paper back ass book. And he called about a rule we never heard of. But I guess it's in there.
He never heard about it again.
They heard about it.
That call never was called again. Ladies and gentlemen,
it's getting more turtle and turtle.
It's fucked up, right? Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for today, man. As always. We want to thank you. Y'all bear with me. My head is pounding. Jesus. All right, thank you.
Carolina Panthers?
My head is like a drum right now. We want to thank you for watching another episode of the Rooter Sports Talk Show After Dark. Before you click out of here, before you click that exit button, click on that like button, the thumbs up button for the legendary Q-Dog and the day one himself, Mr. Young Mark. And turn on that bell for all notifications. Hit the subscribe button as well. Thank the dog for coming in. Thank you guys for being here tonight. Everybody on work. Everybody tired. Man, I got a fucking headache right now. I'm going to take some meds and go to bed. But before we get out of here, words from the OG.
Oh, man, we just want to thank y'all coming in on this Friday night. We know they do Saturday night. And we know that it's going to be championship weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And me, myself, I'm going for the Bills, and I want to see Jaden Daniels. I like that young superstar, young man. He really has impressed me. So I'm looking for a Commander Bills Super Bowl. It's sad that we're getting towards the end. I hope y'all get together, enjoy the championship weekend starting Sunday, and come back in with us next week, and we'll review the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship. Give our Super Bowl picks. And we're just glad y'all was able to tune in on Friday night and working with us, and staying in. When we don't see that live chat come in more, we'll see some of the old dogs come in, and just thank for y'all for coming in on this Friday night.
There you go. Live chat need to get going. Where y'all ass is at. Well, we will be back with more NFL news and discussion next Saturday, February 1st. At 1 p.m. live right here on YouTube. Everybody enjoy the conference championship games on Sunday. If you need to schedule, the Commanders, they travel to Lincoln Financial Stadium, taking on the NFC East Division champion Philadelphia Eagles. That's going down Sunday at 3 o'clock. And the Buffalo Bills, the AFC East Division champions, They travel to Arrowhead to take on Kansas City and the referees, the AFC West Division champions. That game will be at 6:30. So you got 3 o'clock Sunday and 6:30 Sunday. 2 games Sunday. One of these teams will be booking their trip to New Orleans. Who would it be? We will find
We
out.
got 3 games left, man.
I know.
Damn.
Fuck this season. Get it over with. One of these teams gonna be going fishing though, but we'll see, man. But one team might be going to the Superdome to fulfill their destiny. One of these teams fulfill their destiny as Super Bowl champion. So we'll find out Monday who's it gonna be, man.
2 of these teams.
Yeah, I mean 2 of these teams. I'm sorry. See, mine already jacked up. But everybody, man, remember mental health, man. Mental health is a real thing and it's a very serious matter. So continue to support that, man. Continue to support that the best way you can. Everybody around the world that's watching, man, it's cold outside. Stay warm. But most importantly, be safe and stay safe. And that's in order.